Wrong camera. Bang! Neeves knives. I'm Jared. Camera. How about now? Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was muted. Um, Sorry, guys. Let's redo that then. Let's redo that. Bang! Neeves knives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neeves knives. So, I'm messing around with 2 cameras right now, so hopefully we don't have any serious problems. I'm hoping in the future we have a knife cam, which is what this other camera angle is. I can angle it down. I only have it set up here, just they're right next to each other, but one I can point down and, like if I want to show you guys a knife or something, but I would have it over here facing down at the table in a different live if it goes good. But this is weird watching 2 different angles, so I'm gonna get rid of one of them for now. But hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. I have them both set up on the same mic. We tried messing with it yesterday and we didn't have anybody to have watch and give us any feedback. So I figured I would just use the beginning of this one to kind of shoot the shit and mess around with these for a second. And then, we won't make it a bad live or anything. We won't mess with you long. You're not late, Andy. Nope, you're not late. And I did notice we have a new member. I should have called that out right away. Turtle, thank you. Why is it not coming up? There it goes. Turtle Bowie, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for the support. Questions, VOSTEED, Nightshade, or Kaiser Sheepdog button lock? Nightshade. Especially the one with the hole. If you like hole deployments, let's go to the knife cam. Let me see if this will work. Lower. Let's see if this will work. So I'm gonna take this one off. So it'll be like this. Can you guys still hear me? In a second, it'll get clearer. It just takes a second. Hopefully you guys can see me, or hear me, I mean. Anyways, especially the one with the whole deployment. This one's really, really good. But that's what I would choose. I do like the button lock sheepdog a lot. It's not my favorite version of the sheepdog, but this is just so much more useful. So that's why I would pick this one. Anyways, I did do a video on it just now. Let me go back to this one. Gotta get used to the 2 cams. All right, now gotta do this. There we go. Everyone, please check out Emily's Instagram. She has sick deals. Thanks, Roaster. Okay, so I'm going to probably take this go back to my regular camera right now. I did want to just try this out. Seems logical. Says, is the Nightshade going to win Knife of the Year 2 years in a row? Well, this new version I like even better than the original version. So this camera's not too bad. Is it clear for you guys? 'Cause this is just like a webcam, but it's a pretty decent one, and oh, I forgot, I can zoom in and stuff too on this. So, not too bad for just a regular cam. N690 is okay, still not bad and not great. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of N690. I think it's okay. I think as long as you're getting it for an affordable price, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's a decent steel. I just prefer with it in the same price bracket, I just prefer some of the other steels that it's competing against. But all in all, it's a good steel. It's good steel, good edge retention or decent edge retention, easy to sharpen, good corrosion resistance, but I would rather have 14C28 end, 154 CM. I kind of put N690 basically like right with 9CR, 10CR, right around there. Jared, is there a foot cam to tonight? Only for the OnlyFans. Um, uh, Joe, what's up, Joe? Shout out to Joe. Which webcam? This is Elgato. Elgato? Yeah, Elgato. It's, it looks pretty good, it doesn't look bad. Like I said, once I get a new computer, which me and you have talked about, Joe, I think this will run a lot better. I gotta get a new computer. Arrowhead says, "Anyone else feed freezing up?" If it's freezing up, okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna end this right now, and we're just gonna go right back to the normal thing because I don't want any problems, and I know that the reason why it's doing that is because of this computer. So let me just go like this. Take this one. Okay. Now we should be fine. I'm just gonna close this other one out. Oh, what the heck? Why did that do that? Okay, we should be good. This is this camera. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. I have this one. Huh. Sorry,
Sorry,
guys.
guys.
Just give
Just
me
give me
one
1
second.
second.
Trying to figure this out. I
I
don't
don't
know
know why.
why. Fuck it. Anyways, all right. So much better. The gamma on the webcam is turned away. Maybe. I don't know anything about what you just said. I don't even know what that means, but that's probably true. I just need to figure it out. Like I said, this is the first time I've used it. We hooked it up last night for like 10 minutes, started messing with it, and then right now is the first time I'm really using it. So we just wanted to check it out really quick. We are going to set it up to where it'll work a lot better and be a good thing instead of a bad thing. Does that look all right? Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about some knife stuff. I pulled out some knives. I'll tell you what, um, Emerson A100, I've been kinda getting jealous of Eric over at Nitro Average EDC with those, with the titanium scales in the micarta. So I actually tried reaching out to, I believe the guy who she got those scales from on Instagram to see if he has any or whatever. I know they're not cheap, but, I would like to get some of those scales for this, or just full micarta. I would take that too, but the titanium bolster with micarta, that'd be fire. Yeah, Emerson's, I think some people would argue they're overrated. Um, I I love this one. I don't have no problems with this, man. This thing is so smooth, and I'm very, very happy with this. I can even front flip, watch this. Easily too. I can even do the reach over front flip. So, wonder if I can do this one. No. But anyways, it's, it would be really nice though in my Carta. So, and I can feel how tough it is. Obviously, it's super thick, so it's definitely not something that it's gonna be something you're gonna wanna like, slice all day with or anything, but for regular EDC and just hard work and stuff, the thing is amazing. I, had to do this blade for I noticed I'm sorry, Mike Emler fucking did a donation, and I was messing around. Mike Emler with the 2 bones. Audio is bad. Well, hopefully now it's better. Thank you for the 2 bones. I, I got it. I got it. I got it. So what was I about to say? Oh, yeah, I did this blade. It's basically it's a for a machine for my local post office, the one I work with or deal with. They know me in there, they're really cool, so I always tend to go back to there, and anyways, they have this machine there that cuts their cardboard and paper and stuff like that, so they asked me if I could sharpen their blade, which is, like, this big, and it gets ridiculously sharp. It's super sharp, but it's kinda chipped up and, super dull, but some areas were, like, mega, mega sharp, so I could tell how sharp it's supposed to be, and I took it and I did sharpen it, which was a son of a bitch, let me tell you. It was a son of a bitch. I wound up, having to grind down 2 different surfaces on it and, like, this big of a surface, one of them being this big and one of them being this big, and it's basically like a chisel grind, and, it wound up coming out really, really sharp in the end. I hope it works out good for them. I don't know. Don't pay $60 for a 1 by 6 Atoma 140. Yeah, that's a bit much. For me, I would just get the big stone, but I know when you're getting a 1 by 6, you're getting it for something. So if you're getting it for a system specifically, you can probably find a pack of diamond stones from, like, Grottomatic. I do have, by the way, and I didn't get a chance to set anything up, like, I gotta do that really quick. I didn't even get a chance to set anything up on YouTube, but I'm gonna try to drop the links in right now really quick. Hopefully, I can do that while I'm sitting here. But if you go to my Amazon store, we are working on it every day, and we are going to I promise you guys, we are going to build that son of a bitch up big. I wanna make it to where every time, like, every question you guys have, like, knives I recommend or sharpening system supplies or stones, and you can literally go right there and you can see it, and it'll say, the stones I recommend, the budget stones, the budget sharpeners, whatever. Because, we have the store, I put a bunch of stuff in there a couple months ago, and we really haven't grown it since, but it's gotten a lot of traction. So, if I build it, I know you guys will love it. So, it'll be a great place to find your stones and find everything you need. So, I am going to drop right now in the description. If you look, you can see Amazon store. I'm gonna change the name of it, but it's just the Amazon store, and that will get you to sharpening stones, sharpening supplies, knives, sharpening systems, stuff like that. These guys lie. Oop, alright, so turn this on. Sorry, guys, I'm just get this link over here. It should be done now. Alright, I'm back. Think I'm right. Yeah, I'm back. Alright, just having a day is all I'll be alright. Haven't wait, eventually just getting tiring after a while. Sounds like you're having one of those days. That sucks, man. I know all about that, but, you know, we all get them. We all get those days where just, like, nothing's going right, and, sometimes you do need a little break, sometimes you need a little you time to, kinda, you know, let things go, I guess, or to calm down, to get the frustrations out, or even just because, like, your brain might just be mentally at least for me sometimes, like, I'm just mentally depleted, but I try to I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, and I try to keep my self voice, my inner voice, the voice that I'm talking to myself in my head with, I try to keep that such a positive way. I'm constantly rooting for myself and talking really highly of myself and really good about myself, which I think does a lot of good. Because you think about it when something happens, right? You can say 2 different things to yourself, right? Like, say if, I don't know. You break something, right? Like you could do it, call shit. You could like sit fucker, you can say whatever you want, or you could literally just be like, it's all replaceable. It's fine. Nobody got hurt. You can talk about it differently in your head. And I think that the more positive you can be to yourself, it's so much better. I think about pulling the trigger on the Ace Nibbler N690 and aluminum scales 95. Is this a good buy? So the N690 is a little bit high at $95. I'm not gonna say that's a bad buy because I think the Nibbler is an Italian-made knife, so they usually charge a lot for their N690. If it is Italian made, I'm sure it might be made by Riyadh or something, I'm not positive. Um, Thank you, Kyle. There is my Amazon link there. But I would say you're not getting ripped off, but it's definitely on the higher end for N690 and aluminum. But you're getting aluminum, so that usually is going to jack up the price a little bit. So it's not horrifying though. How long should I use the strap on my Workshop Pro? How long? I would say it's just about passes. I wouldn't do more than 5 passes per side. After like if you've done a good, so it depends. If you deburred clean and your burr is nice and clean, you might only need 2 or 3 passes on each side. But if you have a burr, like, after you've deburred and you still have remaining, steel from the burr, then you might need to do 10 passes per side. It just depends on the heat treat and how well the burr comes up and how well the burr pops off. 'Cause that's what it's why you're stropping. You're stropping to move burr, unless if you're stopping for maintenance. Edge maintenance is different though. That's something after you've used your knife. Buying replacement sheet, take a cutoff wheel on a rotary tool, mark out 1 by 6 on the back, and cut 3 out of on the sheet. Then stick it. Yeah, you, you yeah, you can the replace sheets. I don't know. I haven't bought one. Sheets for the small stones. I have replacement sheets for the big stones. I haven't seen any for the small stones. Maybe there is, and it sounds like there is. Jared's neighborhood must be fighting for bandwidth right now. Is it that bad? It's that bad? Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna turn the no, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn off this. There's a band. Is it still working? Okay. So it should be perfect now. It should be good. I think. Hold on, let me click this off. All right. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But now we should be good. I just literally turned the whole thing off. It's not on no more. So we should have no problems. Put this little guy in there. I don't like it looking at me. Sound and video sucks. Oh man, I am sorry. Like I said, it should be better now. I'm sorry. I was trying to work. No, I'm back to my regular camera. Jared, are the two parts of the Ria EXO frame both integrals? I got my Smoky Mountain Knife Works EXO, and as far as I can tell, they are. Yeah, it's just 2 pieces. It's 2 pieces, yes. And then you know, they get pivoted together basically. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, it's better now. Good, because I just turned the other one off. So we should be good. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I won't make you guys go through that again until I get a new computer or until I figure out like whatever somebody was talking about I don't know, whatever I need to turn down. I'm not that good at this stuff. So thank you guys. I know I should be. I should be. I'm trying, guys. I'm fucking struggling over here, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Thank you guys a lot. It means a lot. I have people that care. It does get hard at times, but I do my best to keep going. I'm back, by the way, but for real, thank you. Love y'all. Yeah, man, just stay tough, man. Stay strong. I know shit can get horrible and really bring you down, but the way you perceive things is so important because you can turn any situation, even a positive one. Like there's a lot of times, like I think about it now, like a long time ago, like something happened, and now I'm happy it did. Right? It was almost like there was a reason, it's kind of like things happen for a reason. And it's like, if not for that, I wouldn't have done this. If not for that, I wouldn't have been challenged over here. If not for that, I would have been, something. So I think there's times where you got to look at it and be like, this is actually a good thing. Like, even though it sucks, even though it's shitty, right? It could be something where it's like, now I'm going to have to work 10 times harder, but maybe that's good for you. Maybe it's what you need. Jared was mining Bitcoin. All good, Jared. Technical difficulties can be difficult. Not your fault. Just blame Canada. It is Canada's fault. When I really think about it, it is Canada's fault. So watching Neeves just makes the day a bit better. Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you like 3V for a pocket knife steel? I'm curious about the Kaiser Chili. I do like 3V. Now, 3V on the Kaiser Chili doesn't make any sense. So, no, not on the Kaiser Chili. So, 3V is a super tough steel. The benefits of 3V, not saying it doesn't have good edge retention because it does. You can think of like 3V similar to like S35 edge retention, but it's super tough. That's the beauty in it. It's not very stainless, so there's no stain, so it can corrode pretty easily. So you have a negative there. But the toughness is the beauty of it. That's why we love it on fixed blades. A little lightweight folder, it doesn't make much sense on. Unless if, and I don't know, I can't speak to how well it does doing this, but unless if it was shaved down to like super thin geometry and you are wanting the toughness because it's so thin. But that knife is not that way. Yes, it's light duty, but it's not like it's a super thin hollow grind or anything. So it doesn't make sense for that knife, but it's not necessarily bad. Just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you're not getting the beautiful things from 3V out of that knife. That's it. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's still good. I got a few knives like that in 3V and I like them. So, just ordered the PM2 and Maximet. Nice. That's a badass one. Should I sharpen on my KME toothy or polish? Any recommendations? So I have a full video on this. Just look up what grit for what edge Neeves knives and you'll find it. But Maximet's toothy. You don't want a polished edge. Now it will take a badass mirror polished edge. The problem is that it doesn't have very long lasting fine edge holding abilities. It has great working edge holding ability. So you want a working edge. So you want like a toothy edge or a medium grit edge. I personally like 600 grit, but anywhere between 400 and 600 grit, I guess. 400 and 600 grit is where you probably want to stay, but you can go up to like 800. But yeah, you don't want to push it too fine because it just doesn't hold a fine edge very well. It holds a toothy edge really good. Like, I think if you looked at its entire edge retention, like out of 100%, I think that the fine edge would only be like 15 to 20%. And then 80% would be the working edge. Canada is trying to pass laws to limit how much beer you can consume in a day. They will descend into civil war if that legislation passes. Yeah, they're pushing more and more for communism for sure. Every damn right you guys give away, just one more. Yeah, everybody thinks like it's like little things, like and it's mind-boggling to me some of the rights and freedoms people are willing to give up, not understanding the future and how detrimental that little tiny right is. After using the Edge Pro for 4 years, I've realized I still can't strop worth a shit. I can sharpen a Shirogorov so gently no one can tell I did it, but screw up stropping every time. So what you're doing is you're raising your angle, probably. If you're using an Edge Pro, so are you talking about freehanding stropping? Are you talking about holding the strop and stropping? Or are you talking about using the strop on your Edge Pro? Anyways, if you're talking about freehanding, what you're doing is you're lifting your angle. So I'm gonna sacrifice my edge for you. So right here is the angle that I want on this one, right? That's about the angle that would be good. Now, if I don't know that and I go up here like this, I'm rolling my edge right now. Literally just rolled my edge. So it's better if you're not sure. If you're not sure, just go lower because nothing happens when you go lower. The only thing that happens is you polish the backside of the edge bevel. So nothing's going to happen. So if I didn't know that this was exactly where I needed to be, I would just go a little bit lower. So instead of being here, I'd be here, just a little bit lower and then strop it there. And then you can kind of judge it from there. Like, should I go up a little bit higher? And if you do adjust, you just adjust a little bit at a time. And you'll notice, like, because normally, and also pressure, by the way, pressure is a big deal too, because you don't want the blade to push into the leather because that makes the leather go like this around the blade. You don't want that. You want the edge to just glide across the leather, not wrap it around the edge. So no pressure. Very, very light pressure. Nuts, it's like the wise philosophers Lennon and McCartney said, I get by with little help from my friends. It's good to have friends around you, though. I have the Veneve Dog Stones F80 to 1200. What progression do you recommend for sharpening a factory GEC at 1095? So honestly, you're probably not going to like this answer, but I wouldn't use the Neeves on 1095 if you don't have to. So if that's all you got, that's fine. Use it, but I wouldn't. I'd keep it. I don't know. You could go up to 1200, but see, the thing is that 1095 does better with any carbon steel. Any carbon steel is going to do better with a natural stone, aluminum oxide stones. They don't need the diamonds so much as the high wear resistant steels do. So you're most likely going to, but not saying that you can't use diamonds though, because fuck, I use diamonds. I do. So, I would just, if you're gonna do it, I mean, I would do it like it's 600 grit. 600 grit's usually pretty good on every steel. So, because I don't know how the heat treat is or anything, but as far as I know, I think 1095 is pretty fairly easy for them to heat treat, and it's not going to be a super hard steel. So, I imagine 600 grit will be really good for what you want. You don't want to go too fine. Not saying that some 1095 you might not want a super fine edge on, but I think in some cases you don't want to go too fine because it's not going to be able to hold that fine edge like you think. It's going to do better with the toothy edge. Hi, all. First time live viewer. Hello, Marty. Welcome. And thank you for joining. Love the content of the channel and the knowledge of Karen Jared. Thanks for having me. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. You guys see that skit we did on Instagram? Shit was hilarious. Kara posted the bloopers of it. Finally found my Hogue Tomahawk. Nice. That's awesome, man. I don't have a tomahawk, so I'm kind of jelly. Just got the Kaiser Mini Towser K and the CMB Predator. Love them both. Both good knives. Both great knives. The CMB Predator, man, that one's very, very underrated. Did you guys know that Canada in the very recent past had a heist that involved stealing maple syrup? It's the only country with a maple syrup cartel. Is that true? Or are you just making shit up? That sounds ridiculous. Yes, freehand stropping. I'll fuck up the finishing round, the apex at the same time. I think I just use way too much pressure. Yep, just like I just said. Lower your angle, especially if you're not sure that you're at the right angle, and use light pressure. Because you know what? By lowering your angle, if you do add a little bit too much pressure, it won't make a big deal. It'll actually work better. Um, think need Nick what? So for the CMB as well. Oh, you're talking about me? Yeah, I definitely got myself with a CMB lurker. Bald assassin with the 10. Bounce. Thank you, brother. Thoughts on the native 5 lightweight as a daily hard user? I like the native 5. I think it's great. I wouldn't a hard user. I wouldn't use it as a hard user, but a daily, I guess you could use it as a hard cutter, like something that you're doing long-term cutting with all day. It's, comfortable knife. It's a good knife. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. 15V Shaman and PM2 brown bears are dropping. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited about those. Did I pull the PM2? I did pull the Shaman up. So we got the Shaman right here. I'm not sure if I would get the 15V one, but possibly. It's possible. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I got the Mannix and I absolutely love it a lot, like a lot, like a lot. So, guys, did you ever know that Kyle prefers vanilla Oreos over the chocolate? I'm curious how you know that. High carbon steel is the bare minimum for sword making. Zorro, it's all pink on the inside. I don't hate. Just purchased a Kershaw Iridium from a localish dealer. Should arrive in a few days. Hyped. Nice. I want to try some of them USA made ones that they came out with. They look pretty decent. Hogue makes tomahawks. I want to check that out. Speaking of Hogue, CRKT, which somebody else brought it to my attention. And if you guys watched the new releases from CRKT, they have 2 USA made knives coming that are done by Hogue. I might try to get them on the channel somehow. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't even know what the prices are. So I'm looking for a next knife. I have a Spyderco pair 3, PM2, and a bug out at the moment. What should I get next? Okay, so you got the pair 2, the pair 3, PM2, and the bug out. So you have those categories kind of figured out. I personally would add a Mannix to that. Personally, that's just me though. But you kind of have knives to fit that category already. So right now you can go with a harder use knife, or if you like the light duty stuff, then you can go with the Hogue Deca and then get the original goat scales. You could go with a Griptilian, a Benchmade Griptilian. Love the Benchmade Griptilians, especially the sheep's foot version. Or if you want to go a little bit higher and get something in titanium or something like that, there's a lot of knives in that market. I'm really loving the Quiet Carry 9. Does anybody know if this is made in Taiwan too? So all Quiet Carry's knives that I knew of were made in Taiwan. I'm not sure about this one. I'm wondering if this one's also made in Taiwan or if they made this one in China. I do not know. Oh, another knife. You go, well, I guess, man, you already got the pair 2 and pair 3, so I guess I shouldn't say that one. I was going to say the Yojimbo, but the Shaman's a really good one. And like I said, I'd go with the Mannix. But if you're wanting to go with a different company, then go with, like I said, Hogue Deca or the Hogue RSK MK1. Those are both great options. That's probably where I would go if I was you. Towser K is a straight winner, especially LMAX. Gotta get back to work. Glad I caught you. Well, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. And there is the proof. He came with receipts. Lefty's in here. Pretty sure it's made in China. See, I don't know though. I don't want to say it is because I don't know. And I don't want to say it's made. I have already. I've already said it was made in Taiwan because I thought all their knives were made in Taiwan. I thought that that was like their factory or whatever, but I don't know. Um, I maybe I'll just reach out to them and ask. Here's the Hogue Tomahawk for those that are curious. Maple syrup is worth its weight in gold. No substitute. Yeah, I personally would I would say the Spyderco Manix too, especially like, and you know what? If you're wanting a hard use knife, you can go with the XL Spyderco Manix XL. That thing's a beast. I love that knife. One of my favorite Spydercos. I love the regular size one, but as far as XLs go, I think the Manix XL is possibly my favorite XL knife as far as in that price range. The black and white CMB made Predator is a fantastic knife. Don't sleep on it. No, it is. I 100% agree. Hey Jared, any ideas what we should have for dinner? I'd go with something with a lot of meat. I've been on a meat kick lately. I've been trying to take down, for me personally, as much meat as possible. So maybe some steak or some chicken. That sounds pretty good with some vegetables on the side. Fire. But that's what I would go with. I think for me, I'm just gonna warm something up. I got a steak, broccoli, and rice meal that I got right now that I'm probably gonna cook up. I'm wrong. It is Taiwan. Yes. So I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Lefty's the only liar in here today. Um the large IQ was made in China. Really? I didn't know that. Well, I'm glad it's made in Taiwan though. But this man, this thing is so damn good. I fucking love this thing. One of my favorite knife purchases of recently. Like definitely in the top 5. Hands down. It's so damn good. It's so smooth. The detent, it's not even that the detent is super strong, it's just perfect. You know, it's got the exact amount of resistance that I want. And one thing that I really appreciate about it, that I do appreciate on any knife that does this, is the lock bar access. This is so soft and so, knocked down that it's extremely, extremely comfortable to disengage. And that can literally be the make it or break it of a knife to me. Like if you could have everything good on a knife, everything good, and then you put a super tight access to your lock bar where you're skipping off of it or sliding, or it's pinchy, or it's sharp, or it's just difficult to get to, it ruins it for me. But when you add a nice soft access, and this is the Tuya NV4 V4, if you guys don't know, awesome knife, Blade HQ, links down in the description. But the access to the lock bar though, man, that can literally make a knife feel premium. I was looking at a Manix. That's the funny part. I just can't seem to pull the trigger on it. I love the look of it, and I just know that it has those perfect Spyderco ergos. Well, go with the XL if you're wanting a hard use knife. If you like to stick in the same size category you're already in, if that's the size, the exact size you want, then yeah, go with the regular Manix. But like I said, the Benchmade Griptilian's another good one. There's because it depends on how you're doing it, because if you're getting your collection like purpose driven, what I mean is like you need an outdoors knife, you need a hard use knife, you need a lightweight, you need a gent knife, you need a special occasions knife, you need this knife, that knife, or blah 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 blah. If you're doing that, then you should go the opposite way of what you've already got and try to find something that fits a purpose, even a secondary or a backup, a slip joint or something. How does 3V compare to crew wear? They're both super tough steels. Damn it. I can't even find that damn comment anymore. I'm sorry. I was trying to pull it up, but my thing jumped. Anyways, I personally like crew wear more. Because crew wear does really, really good with super fine edges and super fine geometry. So it's a super tough steel, and I love its fine edge holding ability. Now, from my experience, 3V does do good with a fine edge as well. So when you put a fine edge, meaning like a mirror polished edge on 3V, it actually has a little bit better edge retention than if you had a toothy edge. Not a lot, but it does go up a little bit. Now, whether or not, and that means that the edge is shaving paper cleanly longer. What's wrong? What'd you do?
I got oil on my pants.
From what?
I went like this.
What is that? What?
I didn't think about it. Normally I wear black.
That looks like a lot.
Oh, this is soap. I used your
Oh, you tried to clean it off? You want to show everybody?
No.
Okay. But yeah, it does have a little bit better edge retention with the fine edge, but I personally like crew wear a little bit better. On a big fixed blade, I'd prefer 3V over crew wear. But on a 4-inch knife, crew wear might be a better choice. So I would say with depending on the geometry, that's where I would kind of look at it. If it was going to be a super like a nice deep hollow grind or something, I would personally go with crew wear. If it's you know, a thick robust grind, I would go with 3V. But either one, I think, is going to do just fine. They're both super tough steels. They're both going to do good with fixed blades. You can't go wrong with either one, to be honest. No, she got oil on her brand new leggings. She got some new leggings, and she got some. Yeah. Took your advice and got the Civivi Savant Damascus and love it. Get it in the wash now. She took my soap and water from my stones and already sprayed it. Blade made out of shark teeth. Toothy. There you go. I'm sure you have explained it a million times, but how did you hurt your hand? Guys, don't ever worry about asking me a question that's been asked a million times. I am perfectly fine with explaining something over and over. That's what I do. Like, no matter what, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And I have no problems with that. I remember I watched somebody get upset at their audience and I've said this story before, and it fucking, when I watched that, I got like, not upset, but I remember thinking like, the audacity. You have a channel. These guys don't know that you just answered that question an hour ago, or that you answered 20 times a day, or, you know, like you have new people watching or whatever. Like, just answer it as if it's the first time you're explaining it. So what I did was it's actually healing fairly well, but I have the nerve damage is bad. So I'm hoping it comes back. I don't have any feeling yet, but I was trying to close a button lock in this hand like this, and it was an aluminum knife, and it slipped. So when it slipped, it went like this, and I went to try to catch it. And when I went to try to catch it, I rammed it into this one. So it's like, if this went forward like this, and then I try to catch it, but instead I ram it, and I rammed it into this one. Bang, bang. I'll ask the same shit about sharpening since 1 year. It's all good. You know, but I don't care, because I would rather, you know, get the questions, and I'd rather the people feel like it's a place that they, you know, can ask questions and get a good answer. I'd rather be that guy than a place that somebody feels like they have to search like crazy to find it. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, like there's times where it's like, did you even try to look up the video, like to see if I have a video on it? Because sometimes I have a full video on a topic, and it's like, you can just look it up. Like, a lot of people ask me about the what grit for what steel. I have an entire video on that. I break down almost every single steel and what grit, what finish goes best on what steel. So, but watch my most recent one. You'll know it's the most recent one because the thumbnail is a bunch of steels. I want a knife and obsidian blade I don't know, man. I think it would be fragile. So I have something similar to that somebody made. It's not actually obsidian, but it's pretty cool though. This is handmade. Very, very cool. Anyways, solid though, man. It's crazy how solid this thing is. But yeah, I think it'd be fragile. But yeah, you could definitely cut something with it. The roaster with the 5 bones. Guys, please help out Alicord with home damages. A tree hit her house. Mike Emler set up a GoFundMe. Oh, well, there's a GoFundMe. I did not realize that something happened to her house, so that sucks. Yeah. Guys, go give her some support. I actually just mailed out some knives for her to do a giveaway with. You are definitely that guy. Which guy? Which guy's that? Because I just named a lot of things, so I could be that guy for a lot of things right now. Oh yeah, blame the aluminum. Well, it is. It's slippery aluminum. Anybody who has the real steel Griffin knows it's slippery aluminum. There's no texture on it. That was actually one of the main complaints about it when it came out. People talking about how slippery it was. But you know, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's not the aluminum's fault. My hands should have enough texture on them that you know, my hands come with jimping, so I have no excuse. If you have actually physically picked up obsidian, no, you don't want a blade. Oh, fuck. I told my girl I was going to Jared's and come back with a knife. Yeah, every time your girlfriend or wife's wondering where you are, just say, hey, I'm over at Jared's right now, fucking hanging out, talking knives. I'll be back in a little bit. What is your take on the Tecto 2 Bravo? Let me look at it. I have it. I might have it. Let me just double check. Come on. The F2 Bravo. I haven't tried that one, so I don't know. I will say they're assembled in the US, so it's not 100% USA made. So don't let the blade fool you. It is the parts are made in China and then they are sent here for assembly. Their knives are decent. I think they're getting better and better. So the first knife I ever tried from them was really bad. It looked really cool, and I got a lot of views on the video, but I dragged the knife in the video. Like I talked a bunch of shit about it. I still have it. Or I have a different version, but I haven't. Anyways, but I've tried multiple knives since then that have been great. Like their Humvee OTF is good. Their I think their alpha is pretty decent. It's a budget knife, but it's decent. It's not horrible. But they, you know, like I said, they're getting better and better. So I think it's cool. I haven't tried it, so I can't say how good it is, but it's it looks cool. Jared, the new concept Shikari button lock. Thoughts, please. I think that's awesome. I'm glad they did that because the Shikari is a badass knife, but it is a big son of a bitch. It's big. Like it's probably 9.5 inches. And it's not just that it's long, it's thick, wide. It slices really good though. Like it literally feels like you're holding onto a fixed blade. So it's a beautiful knife. It's labeled as a hunting knife. So, and it is a great knife. But for most people, it's going to be too big. It's going to be just a little bit too long. So this shrinks it down a little bit, throws a button lock on it. And yeah, I think that's badass. Oh yeah. Just got the Hinder Jurassic and Magnacut. Good for you, man. Congratulations. Definitely my favorite Hinder. Yeah, I tried the Jurassic. I've never owned one, but I've tried it. If I had an opportunity to buy one, I probably would. So congratulations on that. It's a good knife. It's a great knife. Yeah, I liked it a lot. The ergos are just so good, and I will admit that that's the most comfortable Hinder that I've probably tried. I had to think about it for a second because my XM18 Skinny is also very comfortable, but yeah, I think the Jurassic is the better of the two, but I still love my Skinny. Yo, hit the like button. Yes, please, please, please. If you could do me a favor and you want to support the content, the number one way to support the content is to hit the like button. So if you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it. It's the only way the algorithm knows that you guys like the video, and then they'll share it. They won't share it if it doesn't get any likes. Long and thick. That's what she said. Bubbles and Zoro always going at it. Are they going at it? Have you done anything with your center titanium? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Some things just take time. I can only work on certain things at a time, and I have a bunch of things right now that are like on the roster that I'm dealing with. But as soon as I'm done with those, then I'll move on to that because I want to do it. Like I'm excited to do it, but I have things that are like pre-planned that I have to get done. Kind of like that sharpener, that sharpener from Cold Steel. I had to get that done, and that takes a little bit of effort to test out and then film and blah 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 blah. And I had filmed it and it got messed up, so I had to film it twice. That always sucks. And if you guys noticed, some of my video content has slowed down a little bit, and there's a reason for that. I'll explain it in 1 second. Jerry Thompson with the 20 bones. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate the donation, man. Thank you. Any word on what Hinder is running their Magnacut at? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to guess. But I would imagine probably not at an optimal range. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. My USA rant was great. Thank you. So the reason why my videos have slowed down a little bit is because I'm trying to work on the channel in a way that's going to be better for the channel. More profitable, more everything. It's going to have an effect at first, which will be negative, but I feel like I think in the long run, I know in the long run it'll be better. So I'm learning different skills and different things to put into videos. I'm gonna hopefully do a little bit better content, content that I actually want to do, like that I really, really want to do and put a lot of effort into. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm also going to start cutting up my videos into shorts and uploading shorts. So, and I'm going to try to do that a lot a day. So I'm working on the store right now. I'm working on a bunch of things behind the scenes to hopefully mold the channel a little bit different and a little bit better this year. If you guys have been following for a long time, you guys know every year around this time I do that because I always try to improve. I'm always trying to make things better for the audience, and I hope I succeed. I will succeed. So it's just a journey. Speaking of Magnacut, I got mixed feelings from people on the whole Deca with the Magnacut. Any opinions? So I do have an edge retention test. I do have a test on it. I will say they were running it soft. Supposedly they've changed it now. I do have one here. This one doesn't feel as soft as the other one, but I also haven't done an edge retention test on it, so I can't really say. Maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do one because this one I've only had for a couple months. So this is one of the new ones, but it's also not one of the new ones, right? Because I don't know when the ones that were soft are going to sell out and they're going to replace it with the new ones that are supposed to be fixed. But supposedly they upped their HRC. So if you buy one right now, I don't know. I would guess that the HRC is better. I would imagine that all the other ones have sold out by now, but I can't verify that. So, but yes, they were running it soft though. So if that answers your question, I'm wading into the slip joint pool and went with a Rough Rider versus higher end Jack Wolf. Am I going to regret this choice? I would say, yeah, you are. There's a lot of great slip joints out there. You could have went with the QSP Hedgehog, That's a nice hollow ground. You can go to traditional pocket knives. They have a titanium version of that one, but the regular version's a budget knife in 14C. You could have went with a JE made. That's a little bit more expensive though, so I guess that's more Jack Wolf knife territory. You could go with man, everything I'm thinking of is expensive. So, but there's a lot of great slip joints out there. Oh, if you want a badass slip joint that's about to be sold out right now and they're not going to be making them anymore, use my link down in the description. Go to Blade HQ and type in Civivi Trailblazer. They make a 3-inch and a 3.5-inch, so they have a full size one and a small one. The small one's in 14C28N, and it is an amazing slip joint. It has a clip and everything too, so that's where I would go if I was you. But you've already made your purchase, so you're screwed. They said 61 for Hinder and Magnacut, not optimal. Don't really care, honestly. Yeah, that's not optimal. Jared, by the way, showing your face in the recent videos is definitely better for helping bring in new subscribers. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I want to. So if you guys don't know, so my old videos, that's how it was. My old videos was like this. And I evolved, and I like I said, every year I evolve a little bit more. Now I have gotten a lot better at editing, and now I'm taking on new challenges with editing, which takes me out of my comfort. I'm not good with the shit. You think I would be, but I'm not. So I'm trying to and I do this on purpose. Every time I start getting comfortable, I know now's the time for you to get uncomfortable, because if I'm comfortable, then that means I'm not learning. So I try to put myself in uncomfortable situations, which is what I'm doing right now, trying to learn new editing techniques and new editing skills to implement into the channel to make the videos more polished and just a little bit better. And, a more catchy, so my watch time goes up and things like that. I want you guys to be so entertained you guys don't want to click off. I want you guys to want to watch it so bad that you won't miss it. I want you guys to never want to miss a Neeves Knives video, and I want you, when you're watching, to just stay watching the whole time, all the way through. That's my goal. So hopefully I can hit that. And then I also want to be able to create a lot of short form content to help bring in new subscribers. Hey, Mom. There's my mother. Mwah. I'm doing great, Mom. How are you doing? Whatever we can do to help, Jared. I appreciate it, James. My weed tray is older than you. All right. Looking forward to the fruit of that labor. Me too. Me too. Any idea where to pick up the Emerson Mini A100? They had 4 left of the regular A100s on Emerson's site. I don't know about the Mini. You got to check Emerson's site. They had some a couple weeks ago because I got one, but not a Mini though. But I wasn't looking for a Mini. I don't remember if there was. There might have been Minis. I don't know. I don't remember. Thank you, Daniel. Any buck knife fans in here? I actually have a buck right here we can talk about. So this is using the Brian Doe detent. And this is probably the best action buck I've ever tried next to the buck marksman. It's really, really good. This detent, it's a detent nub instead of a detent ball. So it has that super snappy action that you expect from a Sharp by Design. Obviously, this doesn't feel like a Sharp by Design, but it's really good for a buck. Now, the shape of the handle is not the most comfortable because they put the damn clip on the spine like idiots. I don't know why they would do that. Why wouldn't they just center it? I don't know. But the knife overall is really good, and they do have it in many different options. Really good though. USA made S30V on this one. I don't know if they have a Magnacut version or an S45VN version or something. They have other steel options though of this knife. Yeah, I was gonna say the bear, but it's expensive. That's the thing. I figured he was in the under $100 price range. My card. I just started hearing about this Magnacut steel. Any better than what's been out? So yes, it's actually a really, 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 really good steel as long as it's heat treated properly, like any steel. Now the thing is, and here is the real thing: when 20 CV and M390 came out, right? We didn't know as much as we know now. So when companies were not running it well, we didn't get on their ass like we are right now with Magnacut. So they've been able to fucking sell a super soft M390 for a long time. They got in that habit. Now that we know, we try to tell the companies, and some companies are doing it better than others right now. But some companies are still on the bandwagon of running it soft. But when Magnacut came out, people hit it hard. Like they were like going crazy about make sure this is heat treated well, screaming, freaking out, leaving messages. So every company that turns it and runs it soft starts getting horrifying fucking messages talking shit. So they instantly change it, which is what we need to do. That's the way to get them to change, is to give them feedback like that. So as long as it's ran well, then yes, it's an amazing steel. But like any steel, if it's not heat treated properly, it's not absolute crap, but it's not obviously as good as it could be. And we want it with these prices, we want it as good as it can be. I'm making it to Texas Blade Show. Right now, we already got our hotel. And yeah, I'm going to go there and film the tactile company's shop. And I'm also going to film at Blade Show, or at the show. Never been to Texas. Karen's got family in Texas. We're going to stop and see them too. So it should be fun. My first knife was the Camillus Boy Scout. I just started hearing. Oh, I already read that one. What Spyderco's knife should I buy? The Mannix 2. That's what I'd get if I was you. The Mannix 2, or the Spyderco PM2 in crew wear and micarta. Go to my Blade HQ link, type in Spyderco PM2. One of the options that'll pop up will have crew wear. That's the one you want. Or the Spyderco Mannix 2. Most growth happens during uncomfortable times. That is so true. And that's what I mean. So like if I'm super comfortable, and I know I'm comfortable because I get into the flow, right? So like right now, like I've been doing a certain editing like format for so long now that I can do it fast. So now that I'm able to do it fast, that means I know it very well. I know it like the back of my hand. So now I need to add in 2 or 3 additional things to my arsenal to be able to do there. So it's like I'm already doing this really fast. Now I can add in some things that take a little bit more time. And then once I'm comfortable with that, and then I'm able to do it really fast, then I can work on something else. But yeah, you definitely learn more outside of your comfort zone. Jared is like Russell Crowe and Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Yes, I am. Exactly. Editing is the worst, man. I am not a type of person that would be an editor. I'm learning it because for the cause, But damn it, I would love to just hire an editor, you know. Fuck. Curious, would you like to check out the CRKT Rolock 2 that I won from Mike? No, I've had one on the channel before, actually. I had one on the channel a long time ago, but nobody can get them, so there's no point for me to have it on the channel. I would basically just be showing it to tease people. I try to show things that people have an opportunity to get, or at least can get. And that's a knife that nobody can get. If I was you, I'd save it because it's probably a collector's piece. What buck is this? What the hell is the name of this one? Oh shit, I can't remember. I'll find it for you. Give me 1 second. Let me take these out. Dun, dun, dun. It's a good one, I'll tell you that much. I'll find it in 10 seconds, though. Hopefully. The Sprint, is it the Sprint Pro? I think it's the Sprint Pro or something. Sprint something. The Sprint Ops. Sorry, the Sprint Ops. So this exact one is Sprint Ops, but they have the Sprint Pro, which is a little different. So it's one of the sprints. Hey, 10 crackers. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Neeves, since you shouted out Duty's Daggers, he is really improving much. You should come to his bi-weekly hangout next. Is on February 4th, 5 p.m. Pacific. Hope to see you there. I'd show up. You mean like invited to go live? Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about just in the chat? I'd show up. I take invitations. But yeah, shout out to Duty Daggers. Definitely go and check out his channel. Oh, we got another Donny. Custom EDC knives with the 5 bones. Hey everyone, how's it going? Just wanted to let y'all the sale on Warntech pre-orders ends in 6 days. If anyone's interested. So if you guys don't know, he's the one that has designed the Warntech, and the pre-orders are ending in 6 days. So if you guys want to jump on that, jump on it while you can. It is a really good one, and the price has gotten to a place that I think you're kind of dumb if you don't get it. It's a great price right now. So with the pre-order, if you jump on it now's the time. I'll tell you that much. Now's the time. Editing is key to success on YouTube. Yes, it is, especially going into the future. So if you listen to what they tell you about like YouTube, like the professionals, like a few years ago, like there was a specific routine that was getting the best traction. Then very soon after, it was something different. And what that something different was realism. People were so sick of fake that they wanted real. So real people with real things that were like, you could tell it's real, like, you know, this isn't like scripted or anything. That's what people were looking for. And so that was super popular. And it just continues to evolve. And I think it's going to get to a point to where people will want the professional editing, but not in a way that it's so polished that it seems fake. So I think they have to have that sense of realism with it. But as long as they have that, as long as they feel like you're honest and that this is, you know, real shit, you really did what you said or whatever, and you really are passionate about it, you actually care, then and it's polished really well and, you know, edited really well, I think that is the best way to go. But with the way YouTube's going right now, you have to play the game. You have to play the game, because the game is right now taking your content, breaking it up into shorts, posting multiple shorts a day, or making your own personal shorts. But that means you have to make videos specifically for shorts, and you have to take content from your long videos and post them as shorts too. So that means you have to record in a way that the video works in both, because the size of the thing is different. Anyways, I know these aren't problems most of you guys have, so you guys are probably just bored with me talking about it. Where's Q and Fiend? I have a trivia question for him. Not be able to. I bet you he'll be able to answer it. Where is he? Where's Fiend at? Fiend, you in the house? As if he was, I guarantee he'd answer that damn question. Piper with the 2 bones. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. Every kid wants to be a YouTuber now. I know, and that's sad. That's sad. Because you know what, man? Even when I was like, when YouTube was a thing, right? Like my youngest year I could think of when YouTube was a thing, I would have thought that that was some bitch ass shit. Like, you know, I never would have wanted to be a YouTuber but you know, kids are, it's kind of like Hollywood now to kids. Like they think of it like that. Like it's kind of like being a movie star or Hollywood. And trust me, it is everything but that. It is not that. And you got to realize like that a lot of people look at you like that like they kind of put you on a pedestal, but it's the opposite way for the content creator. We put you guys on the pedestal because we couldn't even do this without you guys supporting us and watching us. So, you know, when you guys are like excited to meet us, we're even more excited to meet you guys. I wish YouTube would reward and push the channels that put a lot of work into producing professional videos. Yeah, they don't, but the reason why they don't is usually based on like three things. One, your title has to be a catchy title. Your thumbnail has to be catchy too. It has to be a good thumbnail, catchy title. Then your description has to be searchable. So if you can write in your description exactly what's in the video in a way that the algorithm understands it. So if you look at my descriptions, in many cases I kind of dumb it down. Like seriously, I try to dumb it down so that the algorithm, not saying the algorithm is very intelligent, by the way, but I make it to where the algorithm knows exactly what kind of video this is and exactly who to put these videos in front of, because then they'll take the video because they know, oh, this is knife content about this knife and da 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 da. I know who to put this in front of. So that's very, very important. And then match those keywords that are in that description in the tags. That's very, very important. If you do those two things, I know when I started doing that, because I didn't even know that, like, you know, a long time ago, as soon as I started doing that, I watched my content go straight up. Like it literally was like, it's just like overnight, just bam, changed. Why are liner locks still so popular if there are so many different stronger locks, especially if you can get a button lock or an axis for pretty good? The reason why is because it's easy. So and they're good. People, I like liner locks, so I'm not worried about liner locks. If you don't like them, there's plenty of other locks, but they're easy to make. It makes, and also budget knives are going to be liner locks. So you got to give some room for budget knives, right? But even expensive knives can be liner locks. They're easy to make, and also the lockup is good. It's not that it's weak, because what you're going to be using a liner lock for, it's plenty strong for. Granted, it's not going to do triad lock shit, but most people are not doing triad lock shit with their knife. So it's plenty strong. And it makes it to where you can tune a detent perfectly. And if you're having problems with the lock bar, you can tune it yourself at home. You can fix it. It's very easy to maintain, very easy to fix. There's a lot of reasons why liner locks are great. And they're easy for companies to get the lock face geometry right. So, what is a good starter gravity knife? Right here. The Civivi Elementum button lock. So this one is the titanium one, but I would recommend getting this one. The micarta one. 65 bucks, 14C 28N spear point blade with a nice deep hollow grind, 15 thousandths behind the edge, neutral ergo. So it's exactly what you want in like a gravity knife. It's super like fidgety and just balanced very well. It's a great knife. I personally love it. So that's what I'd recommend as a budget gravity knife. The Civivi Elementum button lock, and you can find it in my Blade HQ link in the description. Just type in Civivi Elementum button lock. Or you can go onto my Amazon link and just type it in. I looked at your website. That's why I asked which one. I noticed that there is no 8-ball. Any reason why? You're talking to me? What kind of 8-balls we talking about? I'm guessing many people think the way you do if they're still the dominant lock type in stores. Well, they're dominant because, like I said, they're easy and cheap for companies to make. Like you got to understand that a lot of companies, you know, they're trying to keep the price down as much as possible, and liner locks are easy for them to make because this is the reason why. So if I take this liner lock, right, this steel liner lock, this liner can probably be punched. It probably doesn't even need to be machined. And if it does need to be machined, the machining, tooling, and all that, it's going to be very minimal. It's not going to need to be like crazy machined, like contoured titanium would need to be. So the machines to make this are way more affordable than the machines to make something like this. So there's lots of reasons why. But like I said, they're easy to work on, easy to maintain, you know. They make good detents. Like, there's a lot of reasons why they're good. Jared and Kara, they're absolutely just like us. Thank you, Daniel. Just with extremely awesome personalities. You're the best, Daniel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And I love meeting you guys. I'm very excited about Texas. And I've never been to Texas, so my grandpa was a trucker. Been thinking about that in order to save up for school. Why don't you become an Uber? You know, you can make $80,000 a year Ubering, no joke. I Uber every day, damn near. And most of the Ubers I talk to are making like a killing. I know it depends on the area you're in, but every single one of the Ubers that I deal with make over $1,000 a week. So just a thought. Now, if you don't have a vehicle to do that with, then yeah, maybe think about your CDL and you can do some trucking. We're always in need for truckers. How long does it take for the Atoma 140 to break in? About 10 sharpenings, 6 to 10 sharpenings. You'll be good. It should break in pretty quickly. I personally wouldn't break it in on purpose. You can do that. Some people do that. I would just sharpen on it and let it break in naturally. Jared, Nick Shabazz needs to do another Terrible Knives live. You should go let him know. And anyone else who has his contact should let him know too. I do not have his contact. The only way I can talk to him is the same exact way you guys can, through Instagram, or I mean, I could probably contact somebody that can contact him. So I guess I have a back door to him, um but yeah, I'd love to get him on live. I don't know him that well. We know each other. He knows who I am, but and obviously I know who he is. But yeah, is the Atoma 140 usually come rough? Yes, it's very very rough. It's gonna come coarse as shit. Like yeah, like scary coarse. Yeah, for sure. It's very very aggressive. It's hyper aggressive at first, but that breaks in. I always when I get a stone. I love it to be as aggressive as possible because I know it's just going to break in more and more. So the longer you use it, the more it's going to break in. So you want it as aggressive as possible when you get it. Um, does that mean OnlyFans? Correct. I've literally had hundreds of requests to do OnlyFans sharpening. I'm guessing that's what that means. It's actually frustrating how many asks. It's just lonely men that really want to have contact with females. Yeah, yeah. And I wish you motherfuckers would stop simping so hard on OnlyFans. You guys don't know what you're doing. You guys are ruining the damn country over this OnlyFans shit. Get off of OnlyFans and get in the gym. I'm telling you guys will be a lot happier. I promise you. Promise you, if you spend that money on yourself and the time on yourself, imagine a year from now, 2 years from now, you know, the things you can change about yourself or fix about yourself. But I'm telling you, man, you guys are fucking hyper inflating these young girls' personalities, and it's not good. It's not healthy. It's bad, and it's your guys' fault. It's not even their fault. They're just doing, they're just basically working accordingly. You guys are fucking poor. Like some of these girls, man, they're making like so much money. Some of them ain't making dick. The majority of them aren't making that much money. But the point is, though, is that like every little girl is inspiring to be an OnlyFans fucking model, not realizing you're ruining your life. Like no man is gonna want to wife you. No man is gonna want to take you seriously after you do that. And they don't even realize that. And by the time they realize that, they're damn near 30, hitting the wall, and now regretting the past. So it's like, fuck, man. It's not good. It's not good. Uh Graham Hobbs with the 5 bones. Congrats on nearly 250K. Thanks for all the great content. Want to ask if you know Metal Complex and if you two might do a live stream at some point. I would love to do a live stream with him. I do know him. I do have contact with him. But I don't know, maybe our schedules are just getting mixed up. but yes, I would love to have him on a live. I think that that would be an amazing. I'd love to have him on a face-to-face live. I don't know if he would do that or not, but even if we did both top downs, I'd be happy with it. I would do any kind of live that he would agree with. I'm good with that. Wait, with what I got, but maybe down the road on the 8 ball. And do you wrap knife handles? I don't wrap knife handles personally. Have you seen the new Demco Free Reign fixed blade? No, I have not, but I'm gonna check it out now. Um, parasexual relationships. The quartering talks about this often, and he's spot on about it. I don't even know what that means. Jared, I have no car at the moment. That sucks. Me neither. So I feel you. I used to do Postmates. They shut down in my area and closed my account. I had great ratings and was top 5% of drivers in the country. So Zeroaster and anybody else listening, whatever your job is, right? Whatever you have, you got to get a side hustle. You got to find something that's a side hustle of some sort that you can make, like something that you want to do, something that you like, because you can turn it into something good. At first, it'll just be side income, but then after a while, when you have the ability to turn that into an actual business, or you have the ability to make that a full-time thing, then you can quit the other thing. But not until you have like 6 months worth of money saved up or something, just in case if the thing takes a shit. But I would recommend everybody, no matter what you're doing, you could have the hardest job in the world, and I would still recommend you to have a side hustle of some sort. I don't care if it's buying power washers and literally power washing houses, right? You can literally start a power washing company within like 3 years if you take it seriously. And if you dedicate your weekends to passing out flyers and going over there and getting work and, putting in the work, putting in the legwork. So while you're a mechanic over here, on the weekends, you can be doing power washing. The next thing you know, you're not a mechanic no more and you're running your own business or whatever, right? There's a lot of different things. I can name 5 different things right now that's easy to start up, easy to do. There's things on the internet. There's lots of things on the internet you can do. Like, you'd be surprised how many things that you could come up with to do right at home as a side hustle and make money. Like affiliate marketing. You can do affiliate marketing anywhere. There's so much you can do, but coming up with a side hustle that you can turn into a business after 3 years is where it's at, because then you're not going to be held down by some boss. You don't have to listen to a boss. You're the fucking boss. But you got to be willing to be the boss. Not everybody's a boss. Not everybody kicks themselves in the ass every single day and pushes themselves. So you're the one that's responsible. So if anything fucks up, it's on you. It's your fault. So you have to be willing to take that. I will send you some pics on Instagram of the Demco Free Reign. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. You had a person asking your thoughts on S110V. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the 2 bones. So I like S110V's fine. It's a little bit difficult to deburr. So what I would recommend is anybody who's sharpening it, don't deburr on your stone, deburr on the strop. So that's something I had to learn. Personally, well, in reality, what I did was I wound up messing up at first because I could not get the burr to fall off, and I thought there was something wrong with the heat treat, but then I just realized it's S110V. Their burrs are stubborn as hell. So what you want to do is you want to use a strop, but the strop knocks it right off. It's really weird how you can't get it off with the stone, but you can get off the strop. But it's a steel that holds an edge for a very, very long time. I would put a toothy edge on it, definitely a toothy edge, 400 to 600 grit. That's personally what I would put on it. And yeah, it's a good edge holding steel, but it's not tough. So it will chip if you're hard on it. Don't hit staples, don't hit, stainless steel corners or anything like that. Make sure you're only cutting paper, plastic, cardboard, rope, things like that, rubber, and then you'll be fine. Custom EDC Knives with another 5 bones. Jared, can one of your mods put a link to the Worn Tack pre-order? Yes, I'm sure one of them can. Can one of you guys put the link to the pre-order up for him? There we go. Bam. Seems like he's on that shit. Seems logical. Don't fuck around. Seems yeah, well, the guys in the community sending Peter pics was so bad. YouTubers started telling them to stop for me. I have made a rule now that if they do it, I will post it with their account. Smart. Smart. Yeah, out the motherfuckers. I don't even understand that. I seriously cannot fathom why any man would do that. If you don't know that that is the worst way to pick up a chick, something's wrong, man. Yeah, sending a dick pic is not the way. You know, like, and I would never do it anyways. But like, the only time a dick pic is okay is if you're already in a relationship with the person. Other than that, it's never okay. And even then, it's questionable whether or not it's okay. I would say it's only okay the other way around. They should be sending you pictures. You shouldn't be. You're not the one that's pretty to look at. Let me tell you. So they don't want to see your shit. It's vice versa. You're the one who wants to see pictures, not them. Buzz with the 5 bones. Opinions on Monterey Bay Sea Otter. Wish they made a 3.5 to 4 inch version. I only tried it for like 5 minutes at Blade Show. I want to get it in hand and try it, like, and actually try it, but I literally only held it for a couple minutes at Blade Show. I liked it. I remember it, and I did like it. And I was actually surprised that it was USA made. It felt really good, but I've had very little experience with it. Have I reviewed the No, I did. I've had the McNees on the channel, but I don't think I have any full reviews. I don't remember. I don't think I have any full reviews, but I've had them. I did try the automatics. I tried the manuals and the automatics, and I like the manuals better, but the automatics are cool. I'm more into manuals than automatics personally. But both of them are good. They're a little bit thick for geometry, so just expect thicker geometry. They're not thin behind the edge. So as long as you expect that, you're good. I was wondering why I never see Mike in here anymore. What do you mean? He was in here earlier. Oh, he dropped the Donny in the beginning. I got my pair of 2 in crew wear and my Carter from Blade HQ, and the scales look already worn. They are almost orange. Well, you can wash them. If you don't like the aging, you can wash them. Just get some soap and water and scrub it clean, or some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and yeah, scrub it clean. But I like the way it looks when it ages. It'll look good after a long time. But yeah, you can always wash it. Oh shit, the thing just jumped. I sent you 2 pics. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I will definitely check it out. I think it's the right thing, but you could get in trouble. What are we talking about? Sending pics? There he is. He's in here. See? He's in here. Has dick pics ever worked? No. No, they have not. They've never, ever, ever worked for any guy. Not once. You have to crop it right. Your Peter pics? Peter, you're going to love it. Can't go wrong with the SOCOM. Yeah, I like the SOCOMs. I'm really excited about the new manual microtechs that are coming. Sounds like these only fans guys are turning back into cavemen. Yeah, yeah, or something. I think that people are starting to get so removed because, to be honest, I understand it very well because I actually watch a lot of content, about this. So I'm pretty well versed in this topic. But one of the problems is the percentage of women on the internet being able to get dates and attention is so much higher than the guys. So back in the day, before we had all this quick access to the internet, it was always easier for girls, but it wasn't as easy it is now. The girls had the 12 guys in their town to pick from. That's it. They didn't have 2 million guys to pick from. They had only the 12 guys in the town. So while they got more attention than those 12 guys, they basically got to pick from that you know, or maybe if they move to a different town, whatever's in that town. Now it's made it to where girls can get flown out tomorrow. Like you can have a guy in California that sees a girl on the internet, flies her out. Like they have the ability to get a lot more attention from a lot more guys. Now, granted, most of those guys are only wanting one thing, but a lot of girls don't understand that. It's very difficult for them to separate the fact that guys have two categories: one's sex and one's relationship. And both girls don't fit in the same fucking bucket. So girls don't usually realize that. So it's yeah, it's just difficult times. A lot of guys are flying overseas because a lot of the girls are getting very masculine. That's one thing we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of girls getting super duper masculine. They're becoming men basically. And guys, we're not attracted to that shit. Most guys are not going to be attracted. Like, granted, they'll have sex with them, but they're not going to want to date them. So while these girls are becoming super masculine, it's turning a lot of guys off. A lot of guys are just wanting to guys are just wanting to get away from it, and it's becoming so normalized that the girls don't even acknowledge that they don't even realize it, and that's getting bad. Like when girls are talking like guys and having guy mannerisms and everything, like it's not attractive to a guy, especially a masculine man. A masculine man wants a feminine woman. He does not want to date another man. He does not want to be around. He doesn't want to be with. Yeah, let's talk knives. All right, Mark. AJ, I think. Thank you, AJ, for the 5 bones. I think the Riet EXO looks straight out of Blade Runner 2049, my favorite film. That's part of why I love it so much. You agree? I don't know the film, so I can't. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. You know what gravity knife I have right now next to me? Is the Paragon Warlock, double-edged, so it's double illegal, double nasty. You got 2 edges, and it's a spear point, and it's USA made, baby. And they're very much available. You can get these anytime using my Blade HQ link. Just put in Paragon Warlock. They even have different blade shapes, different colors. They even have custom versions or titanium versions. This one's aluminum, but they do have titanium for much more expensive. But these are actually pretty cheap. They're pretty affordable for S30V and aluminum, considering they're a gravity knife. They're unique as hell, and they're USA made. Not too shabby. What's up, Southpaw? You're gonna get more guys spending their money on knives. Yeah, well, maybe it'd probably be healthier. I'm not saying don't give attention to that. I'm saying do it differently. Don't do it through OnlyFans, because those girls don't care about you. They don't know you. They don't like you, right? So don't give your money to them. Don't give your attention to that. Do it to real people. Give your attention to real people. You can meet girls on Instagram. You don't need to go on OnlyFans. Super woke women also turn off guys. Yes, they do. Yeah, you could say that again. Fucking right, they do. Feminine, masculine, who cares, as long as she can name a good, as long as she can make a good sandwich, right? But that's feminine. That's not masculine, right? Think about that. Just sit on that for a minute. The girl who doesn't know how to make a damn sandwich and doesn't want to make you a sandwich, that's a masculine thing, right? Your girl should want to feed you. That should be like a happy thing for her. Right, to make you a good meal and make you feel good, because that's what guys want. So they should have that just in them to want to do that. Like my grandma, man. My grandma used to cook for the whole family and all the friends and everything. My mom, same way. She ain't fucking around. If you're hungry, you're getting food. Seems, yeah, that is a problem for me too. I open a message and my kids are there and it's nasty stuff. Yeah, that's not good. I'd block the fuckers. Who wants a chick that can beat your ass? I think women is for man and man if for woman, but you should chill on that shit. I'm not sure what you mean. Smock or Malibu? That's tough. I'm going to pick the smock, and I'm going to explain why, because it's probably not for the reason you think. The lock is better. So on the Malibu, it has a regular plunge lock, a regular button lock. But the Smock uses a compression lock just with a button attached to it. It's way stronger, way more reliable. It'll work long term. It's the same thing on your Spyderco PM2s. So, and it has a hollow grind. Granted, the Smocks are probably easier to, I don't know if they're easier to get. Maybe they are. I can't think if they're in stock right now or not. The 14C28 CMB Predator and green micarta with black blade is $59 on Amazon. Use Jared's link. Yes, I've got the D2 version. I'm probably going to wind up getting the 14C version because that's awesome. By the way, I have a new fragrance we're going to talk about here really quick. I'm going to scroll down. So if you guys said anything, you guys want me to see it, just what's with the dating advice? I'm confused. I do talk nice, but this is a live. I talk everything. So normally at 9 o'clock, I do story time. So normally right now we'd be doing story time. So I kind of just talk about just about anything. I usually talk about my past right now because I have a really sketchy past. So I usually go into stories from that right about now. But yeah, we usually talk knives until 9 o'clock. And then after 9 o'clock, we go into other shit. So right now, just it's men's shit mostly. Mostly it's men's stuff. I usually, I talk about jeans, boots, belts, fragrances. So right here, this is a fragrance I'm wearing today. I fucking love this shit, man. I forgot I had it. I bought it like a couple months ago. And like, I left it in the box and forgot about it. The cap, super magnetic. Watch this. The cap is fidgety, very, very strong. But the scent is, it has like a slight bit of barbershopness to it. A lot of citrus, very fresh. And then it has like a hint of a tiny fucking hint of sweetness, but it's so small. It's a very masculine fragrance. This is going to be for mature men. It's not going to be for little boys for sure. But it is damn good. Even Kara, when she smelt it, she went crazy. She was like, holy shit, this is like really, really good. She's like, I really, really like this stuff. And I got to agree, man. It is amazing. And it's so cheap. It's like $35 for this bottle right here. I know it might sound expensive to people that don't know fragrances, but that's fucking affordable for a good fragrance, especially, this size bottle. But anyways, I like it a lot. I didn't link it down in the description. If you guys want to find it, it's just Missona EDP. If you type in Missona EDP, you can see the price if you guys want to check it out. I'm so happy I got it because this is definitely one I'm going to wear more often now. I don't know if my first impressions of it just wasn't good when I first pulled it out, or if I just forgot about it after I tried it. But damn it, is it good. The fuck? I literally just dropped a jewel and can't find it now. Okay, I'll find it in a second. I only wear Yope. I have one bottle of Yope. There's a new one, or not a new one, but there's a one I want to try right now because the one I got, it's good. It's just a little bit too icy. I think it's Yope Ice. I think that's what it's called, or something like that. I can't believe people want to try crying. Realize where you are. I drink leftist tears. Who's crying right now? I want to hear it. Who the fuck is crying? I got to read it. Gravity knives look so cool to use. Very fidgety. We can't have them in Australia. That sucks. Questions. Good EDC for the CEO guy that wears a suit. So I would go with, honestly, this is what I would go with. There's two knives. One, you can go with the Clavi, Civivi Clavi. You know what? That's the number one pick, I would say. The Civivi Clavi. But that's going to be, it's a very thin, slim knife. If I had it right here, I would show it to you. But that's my number one pick, probably. I don't know how slim if you're wanting like a pen-like knife, but otherwise you can go with the Boker Quaken, especially the Air. I think it's the Air Mini. I think I have one right here. I don't know where it's at. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to find something, but there's a lot of different knives, man. There's so many that are good for office guys, but yeah, the Civivi Clav, he's probably up your alley. It's a front flipper, very slim, almost like a letter opener style knife, Warncliffe blade, extremely sharp, very thin geometry. It's right up your alley, probably. Otherwise, check out if you want a CEO style knife that's not the CEO, which is better than the CEO. That knife I just mentioned, and then also the Boker Air Mini Quaken. And you can go to my KAVISO link. Just go to my KAVISO link down in the description. I think it's there if there's any available there. Damn it, Jared, I can't afford more clone stuff. 2 bones from Edgy American. Thank you, man. And definitely go and subscribe to his channel. Jared, this cologne is not for guys that send dick pics. No, it's not for guys that send dick pics. No, it's not. It's definitely not. No, it's definitely not. That is definitely true. It's for masculine men that that got goals set, that that like to meet girls in person and not send them money when they've never even met them. I'm buzzed and amped up as fuck now that I had my Neeves Knives night. Single shot of super strong booze, and I am drinking an energy drink. Bang, bang, AJ. Getting her done. Who is Braunschweiger? Braunschweiger? German liver sausage sandwich. I love them. I would try it. Hey, Jared, new follower in Canada. Shout out to you, 36 Fever. You guys are the problems with my fucking internet all the time, Canada. Love the channel. Trying to figure out how to add an OTF to my growing channel or growing collection. I You're in Canada, man. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know if you guys can have them there. So what you need to do is you need to find somebody who lives in the States, have them maybe take it apart and then send it in 2 different boxes. That's what I would recommend. Or jam it up. Figure out a way to jam it where it can't go off. And yeah. You might be able to get away with it if you just have them open it and then hit something with it so that it comes off a track like this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you take and you hit something with your OTF, it'll come off a track. So just an example. So now it's off a track. So if it's in the handle, somebody can go like this and it won't come out. See? So now it's not even an OTF. So I don't know what they would do with it. So what you have to do now is you have to grab the blade and pull it out and just relock it by pulling it all the way out. And now it's back to good. You could try that. The button lock one, I haven't tried that one. F22 kick stop. That's badassery though. Yeah, I always recommend the F22 kick stop. If you want to spend some money and you want something badass, yeah, go to my Blade HQ link, type in F22. If you type in the F22, the kickstop will come up and you will see the 20 different versions of the F22 kickstop. Jared, thoughts on the Civivi and Ray Laconico Sakoki? I love it. I've got one and I love it. I can't post any videos on it yet, but once I can, you guys will know my opinions on it. By the way, whatever happened to DTOM Knives? I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, I don't know. He was a mainstay in the knife community. Yeah, I don't know what happened. There's so many people in the community. Man, sometimes I lose track, but there are some people I start thinking about like, man, whatever happened to that person? Don't like the peppery cologne. So this one's definitely not peppery. Definitely not. It's not peppery at all. To me, this really doesn't have any spice in it at all. And if it does, it's like so balanced so well, you really can't smell any spices at all. Because I'm not huge on the spices either. I have a handful of fragrances that I love that have spices in there, but it has to be balanced just right. If it's not, then I don't like it. Like say Spice Bomb, not a huge fan. I've got it, but you know, I'm not a huge fan. I've definitely wore it. I'll wear it on like cold nights sometimes, but I usually prefer something else. What's the other one? There's another one that I prefer over that one. I can't think of the name. Azaro, I think it is. Something like that. Wanted by Night. I think that one's the one I would take over Spice Bomb, but even that one's a little bit spicy too. But normally, if I have any spice in my fragrance, I want it to be balanced perfectly to where it's not a spicy fragrance. And people wonder how Jared stabbed his hand. Exactly. What stone should I get to add to my collection for the KME? It came with 4 standard stones. Get Neeves. Get the you can get the double-sided or the single-sided that are on a plate that have the same like plate that you know the stones you have right now have the diamond plates. But I'd give Neeves, and I really with the diamond stones you already have. What grit does it go up to? 1,000 grit, right? All you need now is maybe if you get the single-sided stones, get 3 stones or just 2. You could probably get by with just if you get the double-sided, you can get the 800 and 1,200 grit. You'll probably be good to go, but you might need a stone in between that in order to get the polish. But you already have the diamond plate, so all you have to do now is add in higher grits from Veneve if you know you want to go that route. All right, one time use virtual debit card twice was enough for me to have my debit card number used from other data breaches. I don't know if that's Blade HQ. That might have been something else. I've never had that happen at all. I've heard of that happening from AliExpress and places like that, but not Blade HQ. I don't think that's true. So I wouldn't say that about them because I've dealt with thousands, tens of thousands of people that fucking shop at Blade HQ, and nobody's ever said that. So, yeah, I'm not going to believe that. Can me any good? I always remove my card after purchase from Blade HQ. I don't know what that means. What do you mean remove your card? I have an account. Yeah, I've never heard of anybody. I think any site can like, you know, basically sell your email info and stuff. But as far as your actual credit card number and stuff, no. Like I said, AliExpress, I heard of doing that, but I've never heard of Blade HQ, which is a USA company, so technically could be fucking sued for something like that. He lives 15 minutes away, and he loves this community. I will definitely tell him. I always KME any good? Yeah, the KME is really good. I think if you only have $200, it's the best sharpener for you to get. But if you have more money than the TS Prof Cadet Pro, it happens to me right after their 2021 data breach, and my wife right after their second. So it was during like a data breach thing. That's what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there for that. I don't know why I don't remember it. Because I was definitely using them. But yeah, I didn't even know that they had a data breach. I didn't have any issues. So, but yeah, then they should have to cover everything. I'd like to buy from places that don't charge tax. Yeah, everybody does. But Blade HQ in many cases will be cheaper than a lot of other places. Obviously, some things might be more money than other places. I try to link the cheapest place I can find for anything. If something's more money in one place and I can link it to another place that's cheaper, I will always put the more affordable place. Always. I don't want anybody to spend more money than, you know. Yeah. And in most cases, they're all the same. A lot of the places are the exact same because they're set up from the company to be that price. Some companies do raise the prices a little bit though. Like perfect example, Artisans. Artisan shit was so expensive. They were asking us to link their stuff and we said no. Like, no, we're not linking your shit. Your shit's too expensive. I can link it someplace else for $30 cheaper. Why would I link your shit? And even though I had an affiliate through them, so I wasn't linking their stuff, even though I had an affiliate with them, just because the price were so high. Then they lowered the prices, so now I'm linking it because now their price. They contacted us and said, okay, we lowered all our prices on our site. Our site is now equal to everybody else's. So that's why I'm linking them now. Why wouldn't you be charged tax? Everything has sales tax. I don't know how you can buy anything anywhere and not pay sales tax in the USA. Everything has sales tax. Option or objects wise, I'm not talking about food. Like obviously food is different in certain states. Like Wisconsin doesn't have food tax, but I'm talking about objects. What? What, Illinois? I didn't know that. For food? Huh. But as far as like knives and stuff goes, as far as I know, everywhere taxes on objects. I don't pay taxes on it. Well, I mean, I do, but then I get to write it off. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about them is that they can sometimes be a little bit, but it depends on where you live too. But sometimes their stuff takes a day or two longer than I prefer. Like, instead of being 3 days, it's like 5 days. But GP Knives is always fast for me. Like I get it, but they're in Illinois, so that's why. Does OnlyFans have sales tax? I'll bet you about 15 people in here right now could tell you. No, you only have to pay sales tax if the company is in your state. Oh, I didn't know that. So if the company is in another state, you don't have to pay their state tax? I always thought you had to pay their tax, whatever their state was. I mean, every time you see sales tax underneath. DLT has some of the fashion. Man, I want to get them as a fucking. I'm trying to get them as an affiliate so bad. I really, really want them. There's so much I want to link on their shit, but I won't do it until I get an affiliate. Yeah, that's what Lacey just said. I didn't know that because I feel like when I buy from Blade HQ, I get taxed, and they're not in Illinois, so it doesn't. I don't know if that is true. What if the OnlyFans girls in your state does the tax rate fluctuate with the state? I have no idea, man. I'm sure they might just have like a standard thing. But well, no, what they probably have is a standard thing of just how much OnlyFans makes. That's what I was just saying. They probably don't get taxed. They probably just have like a fee that they charge. If I buy something from California, they charge me tax in Washington too. Blade HQ and Knife Center always charge sales tax. Fact. See? Damn it. Knives plus ship pretty fast. Yeah, I need to get a hold of them too. That's what we're talking about. It used to be that way, but South Carolina changed that. Jared, yes, you only have to pay tax if you buy online from a company that has a location in your state. What about Blade HQ? I get taxed every time. However, companies can choose to tax you regardless of whether it applies to you. Well, they're going to do it to everybody. So, and I write it off, so I don't give a fuck. But you guys probably do. So. Jared, did you get the new Lightning? No, I didn't even see the new Lightning. Knife Center has never charged me sales tax. I don't know. I can't think of I buy knives from so many different companies. I can't think of what knives. I figured I got taxed on all of them. That's the way I figured it. I don't know. Most fidget knife in your opinion? Man, that's tough. Depends on what you like as fidget, because I like different things. I like frame locks as fidget knives, but a lot of people like button locks. So it depends on what you prefer. But PM2s are really good. I love my Mannix. That's also a great fidget knife. I love fidgeting with my Mannix. I think the detents are perfect on these. They're super smooth, and they're a knife that you can fidget with, and it doesn't fuck them up over time. The EMP EDC, the Kaiser Cormorant, all great knives to fidget with. You can go with like the Malibu. The Malibu's cool, or the Spyderco Smock. All great knives. There's no sales tax out of New Hampshire. It's a state by state cost. There you go. State by state case. All right, guys. We don't need to talk about taxes no more. I'm gonna have to talk enough taxes here pretty soon. It's state by state. We'll just say it's state by state, and you guys are all getting screwed. You guys are the one voting for more taxes, so it's your fault. I damn sure didn't. Just saying. You guys are the ones that are voting in people that want to fucking raise taxes on everything. Not me. I'm the guy who votes for lower taxes on everything. I got $100 budget to get a knife and having a hard time figuring out what to get. 100 bones? 100 bones. Well, there's no USA made knife I can recommend. So I would go with you can go with the Nightshade. This is badass. The VOSTEED Nightshade. I got it linked in my video I posted today. That's really good. You can go with the Civivi Elementum button lock, $65. If you want to go exactly with $100, sometimes it's better to just get the better knife rather than trying to figure out a knife in that exact price. $65 is a fantastic knife for $65. You could go with any of the Civivis. Those are always good. The CJRBs are really good. Kaiser's really good, but use my links down in the description. Personally, I would probably go with either the Nightshade, the Detolith, which, like I said, I just did a video on these two knives. So they're very fidgety, by the way. I don't know why I didn't mention this. The Bellamy, sorry, not Detolith. The Bellamy is really, really fidgety. The video I posted earlier has them linked down in the description. Those are really good. Does Kershaw make USA made knives? Yeah, but no. Yes and no. So yes, they do, but not manual. So they had the Kershaw Knockout and the Kershaw Bare Knuckle, but they discontinued them, and now they only have assisted knives. So they have the Leak, the Dividend, and the Link, but they're all assisted. Nobody wants fucking assisted knives anymore. That's like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We're past that. So they don't have any good knives now. They have a bunch of automatics and then a bunch of assisted. They don't have any manual knives. They have some Chinese made ones, but not USA. Cameron Douglas with the 5 bones. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Kershaw Launch 1. Yeah, but it's an automatic. It's not a manual. Like, we know they have automatics. They have all the Launch series. Normally, they're about $115. They're around $100. But they don't have any manual knives in the $100 and less range USA made. They used to, but they shit the beds. Yep, Emler, a couple more minutes. We might stay a little bit late here just to mess with them. Workshop Precision Sharpener with aftermarket upgrades as seen in your videos for fillet knives. Best setup, sub $200. Bang. Thank you for using my links. Daniel with another 5 bones. If you are employed from office to construction, you can write off knives as tools. I would write them off. I mean, if you have the opportunity to write anything off, I would write it off. When you become, if you, and that's what I mean, guys. Like, if you guys start a small business, it can be a small business, but get a small business on the side, whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're a garbage man, if you're a plumber, if you're a roofer, if you're an electrician, but if you're not wanting to do that forever, right? Start a side hustle, get an LLC, right? Start working your way up to building a small business. It can, if it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. That's okay. Point is you have that going, right? You have something in the background taking you away from working for somebody else. Then during that stuff, you can start writing stuff off. So you can take things from this job, right? And write them off over, like, you can use it to your benefit. Obviously, I'm not your accountant, so figure out the way to do it legal. But yeah, Mike is live. So if you guys do want to jump over there and you guys don't want to listen to my bullshit, there is the link. Thanks, Zeroaster, for trying to take away all my viewers right now. Jared hates D10 Lash. I do hate D10 Lash. The Migron Tacog Hollow Grind 14C. Yeah. I actually got one over here somewhere. That's a good little knife. It's straight back though. I'm normally not a huge fan of straight backs, but it's good though. It's a good knife. I've recently noticed D10 play in a few knives when they are in the closed position. Does that bother you? That I hate that. That's called D10 Lash. It's very difficult to fix. In many cases, just return it and get your money back or swap it out because it's very, very hard to fix. So Josh writes off pays for the vast majority of my hobbies. Right. Well, you can also take like your spouse, your kids. Like there's things you can do. Like you can take your kids and have them like take out the trash for you or do something, clean your office or something, and then you can say that you pay them like $1,500 or something a month, whatever, something, and then you can write that off. Like there's so many things you can do when you have a business, but you have to understand it. You have to have a business and start learning it. I didn't know all this stuff. I'm just now learning the stuff myself, but I feel very, very thankful that I've taken the time to start learning this shit and start working on it. So, and that's why I highly recommend everybody do that. You know, getting away from but you, like I said, you have to have the mindset. You have to have the mindset to be your own boss. If you do not, and you know that you are not motivated enough, then yes, always work for somebody. It's better to work for somebody than nobody if you're not going to do it, yourself. How about sit on your ass as a professional? So perfect the seat that you sit on, making the throne to do what you do. A tool, a true attribute. Yeah, there you go. I'm right now doing that in my chair, but yeah, it takes a lot more work than sitting in the chair, though. I wish it was just sitting in a chair, but there is a lot of sitting in the chair, though. I'm not gonna lie. What do you think of the new Microtech MSI? I love it. I am going to do my best to try to get one and the Stitch. I'm very excited about the two manual knives that they're doing, the Microtech Stitch and the Microtech MSI. Strider supposed to be $250. Yeah, that's a fantastic price too, man. I'm super happy that they were able to keep it at that price. I just got my badges. What is the back end of a barroom joke? I'm sorry, but I'll try. Those hairs that were raised by situations in which put my life in jeopardy, that persecuted the task at hand. I have no idea what you're talking about, James. I am lost. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Recommendations for button locks, flipper knife with 3-inch or shorter blade with reversible pocket clip. Yes. The button lock Elementum. Oh, wait. No, they didn't do the reversible pocket clip. I'm sorry. So, no, not that. I don't think they did. Let me double check. No. Damn it, they didn't there either. Okay, so I got one. Let me see if I can find a different one. No. Damn, man, they haven't been doing the reversible Schmitz, have they? You said 3 inches or less. Okay. Okay, so we got a few here. How much money? Was there a certain amount of money? Okay, so if it has to have reversible clip, or you have, I think this is 3 inches. Sorry, you guys just got a free bell, sons of bitches. All right, so this is probably 3 inches. Yes, 3 inches exactly, or just, it's like just under. But this is the swayback, the Kaiser swayback. They come with just thumb stud or just flipping action and thumb stud, but I don't know if they make the thumb stud version anymore. But they do have flippers and whatever. So the Kaiser swayback. The next one would be, this one's actually probably bigger than 3-inch. Same with this one. Nope. It's right around 3 inches. The Cormorant. That's another one. The Kaiser Cormorant. And then the CJRB Pyrite. CJRB Pyrite. Reversible, deep carry clip, and it's a button lock. But it's not a flipper, though. These two are, though. So there you go. Like when you pay care to sharpen knives. Exactly. Exactly. Right off. That's hilarious. The Kaiser Lieb M. Yes. I don't know. Does that have a reversible? Yes, I think it does have a reversible deep carry clip. The Kaiser Lieb M button lock. That's what you want. That's an amazing knife. Use my link. Use the Amazon link. Just go to Amazon and type in Kaiser Lieb M on my Amazon store. Just you'll get it. It's yeah, that one's a good one. The Pyrite's awesome, but it's not a flipper though. Strange the spring. Better. Stretch the spring, get even better. I love my CJRB logo for sure. Let me have a knife, not a gun, is only saying gun. What? Let me have a knife, not a gun, is only saying. I don't know what that means. Sometimes, man, you guys just try not to make sense. I know you guys try to fuck with me. You guys are like, let them try to read this shit. See, let them have fun thinking what this means for 10 minutes. Jared, you should check out the Miguron Moyari. I have some Migurons coming soon, so that might be one of them. I'm not sure. Have you tried the PM2 button like the smack? I have. I tried one a long time ago, but you don't need it. You can just put a KME on it. Just put a put the CME. Put the CME on it. You can literally buy it for like $20-something from Justin at OCD for EDC, and it puts a button on there. And you don't have to take it apart or nothing. You can put it on with the knife just like this without taking it apart, and it works great. I get them for all my compression locks. Love my Sencut Sakshi. Yep, that's another great one. The Sencut Sakshi. That's a great flipper, and that has a reversible deep carry clip. All right, guys. I guess it's getting pretty late, and Mike Emler is live, so I know you guys are wanting to get over there. I was gonna tell a story, but I guess it's a little too late now. So, maybe we'll save it for the next live. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me, and I appreciate all the donations. They definitely help the channel a lot. And right now we are putting a lot of expenses into the channel, so it massively helps. Like we are seriously putting a lot of money into the channel to hopefully make it even better and better and better and better. So it does help out a lot with you guys' support. Actually, it's everything. You guys' support. So, but the donations especially. And right here we got 2 bones from James. Oh, he wants a fucking story. Oh shit. Damn it. James. All right. I guess I can try to tell a fast one. I'm not gonna be able to tell the one. Okay, so here's a fast one, right? So this was when I was real young, and my dad so I'll just tell a story. So I was in my apartment, and my dad was across the street in a shop that my family had, right? So he calls me, so he beeps me on the Nextel, because we had Nextels, we had Nextels, and he chirps me on the Nextel, and he tells me, he's like, get over here. I got a fight for you, and I got $100 on you. And I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? What? And he's like, and he what I said, who is it or something? He's like, the fuck does it matter who it is? He's like, get your fucking ass over here and fight this motherfucker. I got $100 riding on you. And I'm like, fuck, and I'm thinking like I'm scared because I'm thinking like, who the fuck is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who could this possibly be? I do not want to fucking, because I have no idea at this point, no idea. So I'm like super nervous, like super scared, like fuck, man, because my dad, man, who knows who the fuck it could be. So the last thing he says to me before he hangs up the phone, he said something like something like this. I'm probably messing up because it was so long ago, but something about lacing my shoes up tight. He's better lace your shoes up tight. Something like that. Like make sure make sure you tie your laces tight or something like that. And that just told me like fuck. So I get ready, I throw the shoes on, fucking probably trembling because I don't know who it is, and I'm going to go fight somebody, and I don't want to let my dad down. So I get over there, and it's somebody I actually know. It's actually and he's drunk. It's an old drunk. I'm a kid, mind you. I'm a kid. I'm like 13, 14, maybe 12, 13, 14, something like that. And dude's like 40. Grown ass man, but he's drunk. He's drunk as shit. So that's who my dad wanted me to fight, was this drunk guy that I know, by the way. I know this guy, but it's funny though that it want to be in him. So he's got his buddies around him, so like we're basically in a garage, in a shop, not a garage, in a shop. So big tall ceilings, big shop, garage door big enough for a semi, big shop. So the room is like open with tools and stuff over on one side, shit like that. And he has all his buddies around, like in like around one side. And they got their money, they're fucking betting, throwing down bets for this shit. And yeah, so I wound up beating the guy up. Like, like I said, he was pretty drunk. But honestly, even if he wasn't drunk, I probably wouldn't have won the fight. And my dad knew that. That's why, he did this shit. And that's probably why he also told me that I told this story before. I don't remember. But I don't remember telling it. But yeah, so it was the first time my dad did that, because my dad did that to me a few times, like a bunch of times. He used to make bets on me with people, with his buddies, with whoever the fuck they'd have you fight. But this time, since it was my first time ever, like there was other little times, but not like this. This was different, so it was definitely nerve-wracking. But then when I got over that, I felt a lot better when I seen who it was. So, but he was a grown-ass man, so that's also, it's a little different. But I remember I started, we started boxing a little bit, and the guy's drunk, so he's uncoordinated. So I'm like, what? And he fucking starts falling over. And he goes to try. I remember I got clawed by him pretty bad, but because of his nails, but him trying to grab me or something. But I remember there was these what are they called? Welding tanks. There was these big welding tanks. He winds up falling all over the welding tanks and is struggling to get up, like trying to get up, and the welding tanks are like slipping, and he's fucking busting his shit. It was hilarious. But so my dad got paid his 100 bones. So how's the TRT treatment going? It's going good. It's going good. Usually takes weeks till like it really you know set in stone in your system. But I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. So I'm very happy I got on it. I definitely was very low. So I'm definitely happy I got on it. So far so good. I'm happy with it. Um, that's me, guy. That's my guy. I don't know what the hell that means. Damn. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. It's been probably a year or more since I told it. Okay. Well, that's good. Most people probably haven't heard it then. It's a good story. Well, see, there was a couple times he did that to me. Um, a bunch of times, but there was a couple times in particular he did it with drunk friends. So other times, like he's done it with sober people and shit. And I even remember doing it like against like other boys, like his friends' sons. But this was like there was a couple times it was his drunk friends, and it's hilarious when I think back of it now. But at the time, it was a little nerve wracking because you don't want to lose, right? You don't want to let your dad down, and especially like with a crowd of people watching and everything, you don't want to get your ass dragged and beat up, and you know, Jared Pitbull, yeah, right. Tie your shoes, boy. Yeah, he was something else. The old man was definitely a character. Um, I remember him getting into a bunch of fights too, though, with motherfuckers. Even like with defending me, I remember a few times he went after some people over me, like to defend me. He was a good old boy. Did you see the new Alacron X series with the collab between? Oh yes, I did. I think I know the one you're talking about. Maybe I think I did, and I liked it. I actually went to look for it. Um, I might try to get that one. It looks really good. Evil ETRT for the win. Yep, TRT for the win. Yeah, testosterone replacement therapy. It'd be HRT because I technically take a couple other things too. So it's just hormone replacement therapy where you take testosterone and take a couple other things, and it tries to regulate your hormones and get them back like the way you were when you were younger. Um, Mine were really low. So I was working on trying to get them up, and things weren't working. So I went to TRT. Dude, I want to quadruple overtime. You want to quadruple overtime? Okay. I bought it. More are coming. It's sweet. Nice. Yeah, it looked pretty dope. It did look dope. All right, guys. That was a quick story. I know it was a quick one. I probably could have went into better details and stretched it out, but the next time we will start the story time at 9 o'clock, so we have a full 30 minutes, so I can get more into detail. I know Mike Emler's live, and I hate stepping on his toes. I know he, counts on this every week. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for all the donations. Like I said, we're spending a lot on the channel right now. It really means a lot getting the donations. Thank you guys for using my links. It massively helps you guys using my links. Thank you guys for watching the ads. I know they fucking suck. I know you hate them. I know it. I hate them too. That's why I don't get any, because I pay for premium. But those of you that don't have that, thank you for, thank you for the guys who do have premium, because I get a little cut from that. But thank you for the guys that also click on the ads when you see them, because that's the only way we get paid from the ad, is if you watch them or click on it at the very least. Anyways, thank you guys for doing that. Thank you guys for all the likes. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't done it right now. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you to the patrons. Thank you to the members, the Bang Gang members. We love you guys. By the way, everybody, all the patrons, all your stuff was mailed out. I'm sure Kara already messaged you. So love you guys. Peace. And everybody else who had stuff coming, by the way, everybody who had stuff coming, it's all on the way. Do you have any videos on knives with specifically good tolerances? Yeah, lots. Check out my channel. There's 1,000 videos. Love you guys. Peace.